In today's video, we're going to be talking about the financial logistics behind doing a 3-4 swap. If you guys haven't watched our vlog series, make sure you guys check it out. We have about 15 vlogs already. But in today's video, we're going to talk about cost, money, and what it takes to do a 3-4 swap. Quick rundown, I picked up a 4Runner and I took the engine out and I'm going to put that into my truck. The first thing we're going to talk is all about my expenses, and then we're going to talk about my income of all the stuff that I sold, and then I'm going to show you guys what the difference is of out of pocket so far. Now, we mostly have everything that we need already. There still might be some stuff that we might have to buy here and there, like exhaust work that I'm thinking of and stuff like that. But for the most part, we shouldn't be needing to spend no more than another $200, $300, maybe $500 most at the end of this, at the end of the swap here. I think maybe another $200 to do some finessing and everything, but for the most part we have everything done. Let's go and talk about options. So when you're doing a 3-4 swap, you can buy the engine separately and then all the parts separately, or what I recommend is buying the whole vehicle of the 3-4. In my case, I bought the 4Runner at an auction. I got it running. I drove it for about maybe 200-300 miles just to make sure the engine was good, and then I posted it for sale. I didn't sell it, and then I decided just, hey, screw it, let's just go on with the swap. Now, I bought this 4Runner with the full intention of doing a 3-4 swap. So regardless, if I didn't sell it, I was gonna do a 3-4 swap. The 4Runner I bought from my local auction, I paid $1,500. $1,500 was the winning bid. They had a 10% premium, so $150 extra, and then they charge a $30 towing fee. So that was like $1,650, but all in all, it was about $1,800 to get the vehicle running. So $1,800 for the 4Runner. And I'm gonna go through everything that I bought. I made a nice little spreadsheet here, and I'll go ahead and post up a photo of this spreadsheet if you guys want to take a look at it. Now, keep in mind that everything that I purchased, you don't have to buy all of these for your 3-4 swap. I'm just one of those guys that like to have new things on the engine, because if I'm doing it, I'm here, I might as well get new stuff. I bought an air filter, $15. I had to buy a new battery, $55. Miscellaneous coolant and oil for when I first bought it, $50. I bought a injector rebuild seals, $14. Timing belt kit was an ASIN timing belt kit. I was able to find one on eBay for $103, and I was like, shoot, let's buy it. 6 Denso spark plugs, $21. And I bought the 3 main belts, your power steering, alternator, AC belts, 3 of those on eBay. They sell it as a kit, $33. The rear main seal, that's OEM. The rear main seal was $32. Exhaust studs and exhaust stud nuts. So the nuts for these exhaust stud, you have to get new ones when you buy this. I was able to buy them for $51. 21 of them, $51. That's pretty expensive, so make sure when you use them wisely. The PCV, the front main seal, the O2 gasket, that was all from Amazon, $27. The wire harness is $400, but they also have a $75 cord charge because I didn't send in the wire that's from the truck. So right now it's $475, but that's not the official price because I haven't paid them yet. Once they're done with the wire harness, they'll give me a call and they'll let me know what the cost is. But for the most part right now, we're gonna say it's $475. Once I send in my donors off the truck, once I'm done with the 4Runner, once I'm done with the swap, I send it in, they'll give me my $75 back. The crossover modify, you gotta modify this crossover. I paid John locally. He does 3-4 swap, Toyota guy. I pay him locally. He charges $150. The clutch kit I got on Amazon, $242 ship. Flywheel is a Luke brand, and also 3 gallon of Xerox coolant, the red one, $115 locally at my local CarQuest. Make sure you guys buy from online. They have a 10% Advanced Auto Parts. The other thing is the tow service. When I was stripping out my engine, I stripped out the 4Runner, and then I had to get the 4Runner towed back to my place from my buddy's shop. So $60. Shout out to Ego Towing for offering his service. Make sure you guys check him out, Ego Towing. The engine stand that you guys see here, this belonged to Eric, and he wasn't using it, so I just told Eric that, hey, I'll just buy from you. He charged me $80 for that. And then the harness, to ship out the harness, the donor plugs for the harness ship out, it was $16 to ship those out. The knock sensor wire harness was $40 on Amazon, Toyota shop. The intake gasket, the IAC gasket, $47 for the intake gasket, $3 for the IAC gasket. I had to buy one of the fuel rail spacers for the fuel rails because I broke one, so that was $5. And the shipping for all that was $37 off of Yoda Shop. The exhaust studs, we had to order new 6 exhaust stud. This is from Yoda Shop, $26. This is a lot of stuff, guys, so make sure, I know this is a lot of stuff, so make sure I'll go ahead and put a screenshot of this list here. The crank pulley bolt, they recommend you replace that, and I'm glad I did. If you guys don't remember, I had a really hard time getting that out. The crank pulley bolt was $10. Got that off of Yoda Shop. Exhaust manifold gasket, I went with the Rimflex, $28. The O2 sensor mounting flange, I got that from $15. You have to have a new one because with the exhaust system, you're gonna be welding that up. The thermostat OEM, I bought a thermostat OEM for $36. I think I could have used the one that was already on this engine, but why skip out? So whatever. I kept the original one that came off of this engine just for spare. The exhaust pipe gasket, you need 4 of those, guys. I told you guys about those exhaust for gasket. I got 4 of those guys for $12. The 10,000 resistor for the tack is $3. OEM flywheel bolts, you need 8 of those guys. Those are $13. From what I heard, if you're doing a 3/4 swap and you use a 3.0 clutch, and if you use the 3.0 flywheel bolts, I think you have to shave those bolt head because I think they're a bit longer. So make sure you guys do your research on that. I'm not gonna worry too much because I'm using the 3/4 clutch flywheel, but when I take out my, I don't know, we'll see. Research that, guys. Let me know in the comments. You guys have the answer. So that's the flywheel bolts, $13 for 8 of those guys. The OEM cam seals for the cams, 2 of those guys, $33. Thermostat gasket, $3. I didn't really need one because my timing belt came in with it already, but it's too late, whatever. The valve cover gasket was $75. It was made by Stone. It wasn't OEM. NGK spark plugs was $34 off Amazon. The lower radiator hose is $16, and that is a AutoZone part number 22382. I don't know if that one fits, but according to my research online, they say that was the part number that's gonna work. The dipstick union was $8 off of Amazon. And then miscellaneous brake cleaner, I spent like $25 in brake cleaner because I was cleaning up this engine. I was cleaning the side of the block and stuff like that, so I was just like using a bunch of brake cleaner. So I bought some oil, the new oil that we're gonna put in here. Oil, power steering, which is the ATF fluid. We're using ATF fluid. All that was $60. Spark plug gasket. Oh yeah, I had to reorder some new spark plug gaskets because I told you guys on my other vlogs I messed up on this side. So I got 6 of those guys. They sold as a kit on eBay. OEM, $12. And then I also messed up the harmonic balancer because I had a hard time removing that out. So I messed that up and I ended up buying one of the harmonic balancer used locally from one of my fabrication shop here. They charged me $50, not bad at all. And then the hot wire, I ordered a hot wire fuse from Toy Only Swap, and I also ordered the dipstick kit, which is the correct dipstick from Toy Only Swap. All of that was $106. And if you guys watch all my videos, you guys know what these parts are because I told you guys about what I was installing. The oil cooler delete kit that I just installed, that was $69. And then I also found somebody locally, this guy mechanically, he had a 3.0 OEM throwout bearing, brand new. I told him, he sold me that for $20, so I'm just gonna install a new one. I recently did my clutch like 3,000 miles ago, and the one in there right now is pretty new, but might as well put a new one in there, guys, right? It's good to have everything all new at one time so you can just keep that for your record. And then I bought a 7-foot exhaust pipe, 2.5 inch. That's the one that we're gonna be using to fab up for the exhaust. We might need more exhaust pipe, but right now that piece there costed me $25 from Advanced Auto Parts. So make sure you guys check them out. And I haven't paid for this one yet, but I think I'm gonna use it. So once I do my swap, I'm gonna take my truck to my buddy's place, take out the 3.0, put the 3.4 in, and then tow my vehicle back here to my place so I can start doing all the finessing. So that's another $60 for towing. So that's something I haven't paid yet, but I have put it into my expense. So you guys ready? So the total expense for all the stuff I went through, if you guys were keeping up, the total so far is $4,209, $42.09. So that's $4,209 of expense. That's pretty expensive, but hold on, guys, don't worry. Income, I parted the 4Runner and I sold a lot of the parts. I gave a lot of parts free. I sold them for dirt cheap. I sold them for fair price, in my opinion. So let's go and talk about what we sold. The front and the rear bumper, $80. Front skid plate, $45. The tow hitch for the 4Runner, $50. Cup holder, $32. Radio bracket, $10. The rear dry line, $60. The shift cover, $50. The ADD vacuum can, $20. Surprisingly, somebody wanted that. And I sold the battery for $30. I feel bad because I shouldn't have sold that battery because I should have kept that battery. The battery is a different terminal. When you put it in, your positives here and then your negatives on the fender. And on the 3.0, it's the opposite. So you can use the 3.0, but you got to reverse it. And I think I'm going to go buy a new battery when I do the swap. So don't sell your battery, guys. The battery is it's code 24 Frank as an F. The driver front seat belts I sold for $30. This one lady needed it. Hers all ripped up. Fender flares I sold for $20. The whole rig, after I got done parting the whole rig, I sold the whole rig for $200 with the title, clean title. I sold it to a gentleman locally, and he was gonna do a body swap because his body was pretty bad. So if you guys see White Runner on the road, hey, there it is. Both of the front seats I sold for $100. I sold it to this one guy that does like ice racing in this little souped up vehicle, pretty cool. The hood for the 4Runner I sold for $100. $40 for the spare car jack. The rear cargo mat was $40. The tailgate plus the headlights, $335. The transmission I sold for $200. The key bezel, $19. The driver's side marker light, $20. Driver door switch panel, $19. And all these prices are profit price. That means they don't include the shipping. So I charged the shipping and I already took out the shipping cost, right? So the driver door switch panel, $19. I sold 3 of the doors. So I sold all 3 doors for $150 except for the rear driver door. I gave that away for free. I just gave that away today actually as I'm making this video. The passenger airbag, $27. The center dash panel, $20. The clock was $27. The grill was $40. And then I also sold the 3.0 throttle body was from Rusty Red, $63. And then these other things are from Rusty Red. I put these in here because these were all profit. Because if you guys all know, Rusty Red was a $50 Toyota pickup that I bought, and I ended up needing the transmission because I want to keep that as a spare, and then I just pretty much stripped the whole point of Rusty Red. So all of these, I'm gonna put it into this swap here because basically all that money went into the swap. So the 3.0 throttle body I sold for $63. 3.0 AFM was $70. And then all of the other parts that I sold off of Rusty Red, I'm not gonna name each part, but the total of that was $797. So yes, I made $797 off of Rusty Red at $50 for the pickup. And hate me or love me, but I didn't make that offer. The owner was like, hey, you can buy for $50. And I'm like, whoa, shit, let's do it. If you guys want to know more about Rusty Red's story, let me know. I don't know if I made a video yet, but I'll be more than happy to make a video about that. But yeah, it's a $50 Toyota pickup, Rusty Red. So whenever you guys hear me say Rusty Red, oh, this part's from Rusty Red. It was a 1992 Toyota pickup, XCAT 3.0. I took a lot of parts from it. The oil pan and the dipstick, this is all from Rusty Red, the one I'm putting here. $797. And then the last thing I have is that the 3.0 engine off my truck, I actually just sold that today. So I sold it to a gentleman for $460, and he's gonna buy that once I take it out. He already put his money down for it. He's gonna take that engine and put it in his 4Runner because his 4Runner has like a pretty bad engine. For the total money income from all of this is $3,154, guys. So our difference is $1,055. So far I have spent exactly about $1,055, maybe $1,200, $1,100 out of my pocket to do this swap. So yes, I'm still out of money, but for $1,000 to do a 3/4 swap, I am not complaining. That's a good deal. Most people, they spend at least $2,000 to $3,000, maybe even $4,000 on a swap, and that's straight money out of profit, out of their pocket, because they end up buying all the parts themselves. So you guys can see that when you buy the whole vehicle, and if you're able to sell it and be patient and sell all those parts, you can recoup that money back and put that towards your swap. So far, like I said, 1055, we're gonna say 1100. Right now we're 1100 into this swap here, which in my opinion is not a bad deal at all. I don't mind at all. And I'm not trying to sell all this so I make all my money back. I don't care if I spend $1,000 for this. That's totally fine on me. I'm more than happy to spend $1,000 on this swap here. In my opinion, if you can, buy the whole vehicle. And if you have time, if you don't have time, if you don't want to deal with selling parts and stripping stuff, I totally agree. I totally understand. It's totally fine. But I mean, this is one of the best way. This is my way, and this is my way of how I did this swap, or how I'm planning to do this swap on such a good budget. And honestly, guys, I honestly didn't plan this at all. Rusty Red was not planned. Quick story on Rusty Red: the dude had it for sale. It was at a shop, and the shop was like, hey, you need to get this car out of here because we don't want to fix it no more. So he was on a time crunch. I went to go check it out, and I offered him like maybe 400 or 500. No, he wanted like 700 or something like that. I want to go check it out. I was like, it's too rusty, I don't want it. And then next couple days he texted me back, hey, you can have the truck for $50 if you get it out today. And I'm like, what? $50? Well, actually I spent about 300 on it because of the towing service, so you put that into factor too. But all in all, it was still a good deal. Rusty Red was an unexpected project. And then the white 4Runner, there was a seed planted in my head that I wanted to do a 3-4 swap, and then all of a sudden one day I started looking into auctions, and I found out that, oh, there's auction, and all of a sudden I found this auction. All of a sudden they just had this white 4Runner there, 3.4 motor, no start, and I just bid on it. I went to go look at it. I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's gonna start. I don't know nothing about the 3.4, and I just bid on it, and I just kept going, $1,500, and it sold. And I was like, oh snap, what did we just do? And now we're here. We are here right now where we're at. And also thank you to you guys. I also want to take this time to say thank you to everyone who has purchased all these parts, has supported me in this project. You guys really made this possible, because I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys and all the people that have helped me. Rodolfo, his shop, he has helped me. Eric, everybody, shout out to all you guys. So this is just a quick rundown. Our expense was $4,209. Our income was $3,154. So far we are out of pocket $1,100, and these are not the official numbers. I'm pretty sure, like I said earlier, we might spend another $100 to $200 on miscellaneous stuff just to make it finessing and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with what we're at right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of long, but this is something that's really important when you're doing a swap or any kind of big project. Not a lot of people like to talk about what they spent on a motor or what they spent on this project or stuff like that. So I want to be upfront because I know you guys have a lot of questions. So before you guys dive into doing like a 3-4 motor swap, just make sure you guys do all your research about how to do it, what you might need, what you should do. And that's what I did. I did a lot of research on how to do it. And then once I found that out, I did a lot of research on what parts I wanted to replace, and these are all the stuff that I wanted to replace. So you guys can do it like me, or you guys can do it on a much shorter budget, up to you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video. If you guys got any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram story and my Instagram. I keep you guys updated 24/7, not 24/7, but at least every day. NuttyNu_4x4, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.